Hey dronies, I am here today with Miss Aria Rain. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, I'm here and I'm going to try and do this breastfeeding video for you guys today. It has been long awaited, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and be sure to put on your post notifications so you guys can get notified when we post a new video. But if there's anything that I missed, go ahead and comment down below so I can answer your guys' questions for you. So I'm gonna start with my first initial thought of breastfeeding, why I wanted to breastfeed, etc. My whole thing was I wanted to breastfeed. That was a big goal of mine. I just wanted to, just because I've always heard that your milk is liquid gold for your baby. So my mom actually has a lot of good, my mom produces a lot of milk. When she had my siblings, she pumped pretty much the whole time and they only had breast milk. So I just, you know, from that I've always wanted to breastfeed or pump. That was just my goal. So when I got pregnant, that was already in my head. Breastfeeding, that's what I wanted to do. I assumed that it would be cheaper and I assumed that it'd be easier. So I'll start from the hospital, my experience then, and breastfeeding. So I'm a first-time mom. Yes, I've had people in my family breastfeed and pump, so I've kind of had an indication of what to do. I was never in the position to breastfeed or to pump, so this was just me eye visualing everybody's, you know, my family's whole thing with it. So from the hospital, I'll start there and then going on till now. So at the hospital, when I gave birth to this cute little baby right here, the first thing they want you to do is breastfeed. Aria and I, you know, we tried to latch. I've tried to breastfeed her. It just wasn't working. The nipple shield was not in my favor at the time. So pretty much the lactation consultant told me, keep trying. Here's your pump. They didn't really tell me how often to pump. They didn't really show me how to pump. They just told me, I'm gonna measure your nipple size to the nipple part and here you go. Here's a pump that will lend you for your stay here. Good luck. But I didn't pump at all when I was in the hospital. I didn't know really how to. And like I said, I didn't get any milk or anything for the first couple days. So when I did try, it just wasn't comfortable and I wasn't getting nothing, so I didn't do it. We were at the hospital for 24 hours, so pretty much the next day we went home. I had already received my pump from my insurance, and that's when I started pumping. Aria was still with formula. That's what we were getting for the first couple days, and it was adding up already, just how consistent they eat. And they don't eat, we would buy the pre-made formulas just because it was so much easier, and she's so small that they barely eat like an ounce and a half, something like that. And so a lot of the milk that you buy is honestly wasted because it's only good for 2 hours. They eat every 2 hours, so by the time it's time for them to eat, that bottle's done. So it was getting very expensive for the first week, I should say. So yeah, I was starting to pump at home. I pretty much asked my mom questions on it because I had no clue. Like I said, the hospital, they're not really teaching you how to pump. They're teaching you how to breastfeed. They don't want nipple confusion for your baby either, so they don't promote binkies, and they try not to promote bottle. That's why they want you to latch. So, you know, they did help me with basic techniques that I should know, which was good and which I'm thankful for. And I am thankful that even though I needed a nipple shield for the first, you know, month and a half with Aria, they at least provided me with that and still encouraged me that I would and could be able to breastfeed her. So when we got home, I asked my mom. She pretty much gave me a routine. She told me, start pumping. When you start pumping, pump for about 15 to 20 minutes till all your milk is out. Once that's done, put a timer. Your next 2 hours, do the same thing. Once you get in that rhythm, every 2 hours you're pumping within a 24-hour day. So I started pumping, and like I said, the first couple of days you're gonna get colostrum. That is a yellow tinted milk. When I got that, I didn't know that's how it was gonna be, so I was freaking out. I literally thought my milk was no good. I thought it was spoiled. I was just so thrown off by the color because I didn't know. Once I got into my routine of every 2 hours pumping, I then pretty much would still try to latch her with the nipple shield, of course, because that's what I needed. And you know, we would have a good 5 minutes of her latching and then just kind of giving up because my milk flow, you know, it wasn't so strong at the time. Yes, I would get milk, but it wouldn't come out, you know, very quick for her. So I tried for a month and a half latching her, and finally we got the latch. Yes, we got the latch. I finally got to latch her, and I was breastfeeding. So at 2 months, took me a whole month, month and a half, I finally got my baby girl to latch. Happiest moment, honestly, because it's something that I've wanted to do, and I was an overproducer with breast milk. So I've been an overproducer since I've started from the beginning. Even her pediatrician has told me I'm very lucky with how much milk that I get. So it's just on you, your body, and stuff like that. So this is where month 2, 2.5, I'm pumping, I'm starting to breastfeed, and I noticed that I had a dip in my milk. So what I mean is I'm pumping about 4 to 6 ounces in a session, and I was only breastfeeding. I was so excited of breastfeeding that I didn't know that even though you breastfeed, you still have to pump. So pretty much your baby is gonna eat what they need to eat, say 2 ounces, and they're full, right? So if you feed them on one boob 2 ounces in 15 minutes, you're not stimulating your other boob to produce more and more milk. And that's where I was messing up, because I was only feeding her on one side because the other side was so sore, and I just wasn't being consistent with both sides, so my milk supply dropped drastically. I started pumping 2 ounces within a pump session from each boob, so an ounce and an ounce, rather than 2 ounces, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, 3 ounces. So I had a big dip in my supply. What's the matter? So pretty much at this point, I'm breastfeeding, I'm pumping, I'm doing everything that needs to be done. My nips are sore, they hurt. She latches, it hurts. When I'm pumping, it hurts. It was so hard the 3rd month because I felt like I was just doing more and more on my boobs, that I literally went through it all. It hurt so bad. I would literally, like, oh my god, I would just, it was bad. And that's stuff that I didn't expect, you know what I mean? So that's just something I learned throughout the way, is that you need to pump and you do need to breastfeed, so your body knows to produce more and more milk. yeah, you want to have more milk than less milk, and your baby, when they eat, they're only going to eat what they need, and your body doesn't know to keep producing that. It's only going to produce what they need, and that's what was going on with me when I had that drop in supply. I obviously fixed it. My milk came back. I didn't have to take any lactation cookies or candy or anything like that, but I would eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is a very good thing to eat when you're breastfeeding. It's just really good to help you produce, and that's what I would eat pretty much every morning to help me. And a lot of water and a lot of body armors. Those were my go-tos. So yeah, and I'll place some items that I've used as far as my cream that I use for my nipples, the pads that I use, and my milk bag, so you guys know. Alright, Johnnies, well, we'll catch you guys later. Bye. And congrats to our winner, Grace E. You won the Amazon gift card for the month of February.
Thank you for everybody that participated. Don't worry, we still got that AirPods giveaway at the 500 subscriber mark, so stay tuned for that. And hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm works. And thank you again.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.